it's good. You know, we got great coaches, great players around. So definitely, high standards out here, and that's what I'm used to as far as the team. So it's good to be out here and the opportunity to play with so many great players, like on defense, as far as Hightower and just everybody's really good.
Are you surprised by any part of this process?
No, I'm not surprised by any part of this process because when I was a young kid, I always used to like watching the Patriots play on defense, and now I got a chance to be here. It just feels really good.
Do you lean on your brother at all for any advice on how to succeed here?
I know how to succeed. Just listen and do your job. That's how you succeed in the NFL. Just do what you asked to, and play as hard as you can every game.
Do you see any of those things you saw as a kid, watching them play defense out here today?
Yeah, of course. And you always see a lot of just hard-nosed football. A lot of great guys that's technically sound, fundamentally sound, and I think that's what makes this team one of the best teams in the NFL.
What was your reaction when you found out you were traded here?
I was caught off guard, but at the same time, I got a chance to talk to Bill and learn the expectations, and I thought it was a good opportunity to play on a team that's always competing for things, and it was a great opportunity.
You said when you were a kid, you always liked watching the Patriots defense. What characteristics drew you to like them so much?
I used to love watching Richard Seymour, Ty Warren, just. There's so many great players in here, and I just like watching them, and the opportunity to get a chance to play here, follow those guys is just amazing. There's always been a lot of great D linemen, whether it was Vince, and it's just happy to be here.
Have you talked to any of those guys?
Nah, not recently, but I just always watch those guys, and those guys were really good rushers. Andre Carter, just a lot of great players. Willie McGinnis, just a lot of good defenders out here, and the opportunity, whether it was Teddy Bruschi, just a lot of great defenders. Ty Law, just the list can go on. And like I said, growing up, Richard Seymour is one of my favorite players. And I think that I get to walk in the locker room that he played in. I think that I get to sit in the same place. It's just an honor for me to even think about that.
Does this team, after a Super Bowl win, feel like they've just won a Super Bowl? Does it feel like there's a clean slate? You've been part of those locker rooms.
I don't know. I just got here, so I can't really speak for the team. But for myself, it just feels really good to be on the team and come out here and get to know your teammates. I think that's the main focus for myself.
You gotten to meet Tom Brady at all yet?
Yeah, I met Tom Brady before.
You guys, there are a few guys still here from the Super Bowl you played against him in Seattle. Has that game come up yet or anything like that?
No, I don't think that game comes up. I think we're all focused on the task at hand, coming out here, participating in veteran minicamp, and just trying to get to know our teammates.
How much can you get out of this time of year, Michael? There's no pads, defensive linemen. Like, what are you actually getting out of these practices?
I think you just get camaraderie. I think you get to spend time with your good teammates and get to know them more and learn each other. And I think that's the most important thing about OTAs and minicamp.
Is there anyone on this roster who you had a connection with before that maybe helping you with the acclimation, or is it just kind of a clean slate for you?
Just God. Yeah, me and God had a connection. That's it, really.
Did your brother give you any advice?
He tried to give me some advice, but big brothers don't take advice from little brothers.
Did you guys try to convince him to come play here, or was that?
No, I didn't try to convince him to come play here. I think the most important thing for a person is to make their own decisions. I think my brother is in a position where he feels comfortable with what he's achieved in the league and what he's trying to achieve in life. And I think sometimes things are bigger than football, and I think everybody has to take that time to get to know themselves and find out what they really like. And I think a lot of times athletes don't get that opportunity, and when you retire, it's the golden opportunity to spend some time with yourself and spend some time with your wife and your kids.